Bro, I'm like 45 seconds late and you guys just start screaming. Can you live without me for 1 minute while I set shit up? Come, and now you've made me swear in the first minute. YouTube is now going to come and take my lungs. Is that what you want? Are you happy now? Have you accomplished your goal? I hope you're proud of yourself. You can't see me, and I'm still setting stuff up. YouTube had a weird thing where I didn't know YouTube could do this, but it was just like, we could not save your video, and then my short just fucking disappeared, and I was like, huh? And YouTube just didn't explain itself. It was like, nah, bro, your vid's gone, fuck you. And I was like, well, thanks for that, YouTube. Appreciate it. Very cool. Yes, Nina is graduating. We'll get into it. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I think we are ready. Maybe, assuming no massive technical issues on my part. Which, come on, let's be honest. Nina's what? Yeah, okay, look. Oh, you guys saw this title. Why are you surprised? But stop getting random notifications about things. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry, my PC was being weird. Okay. Don't steal the news for the anchor. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the news is... It's not like you can really spoil the news when it's in the title, can you? There we go. Oh, and I still need to tweet that I'm live. Also, yeah, I don't know if you guys are on desktop, can you see the little emoji thing they have now on the side? Like... That's new, I'm pretty sure. You know what? Yeah, bro, I'm just gonna get a bunch of people coming into stream being like, she what? Which, to be fair, was my exact reaction as well. I actually found out because, just so you have something to look at. Hello, I'm here. Hoodie time. This is a sad topic. We're going hoodie. Actually, should I? I'll just have this on the entire time as well. I guess you can see. I know it's been on mobile a while. I've never seen it before myself. Did you watch stream? I did watch Nina's stream. It was very sad. It was so sad. Never seen your motto before, so thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's a sad time for my motto though. So yeah, hang on. I need to tweet out that I am live, and then we can get this ball rolling. And I assume there's one. I assume there's really one topic everyone cares about, which I get. I understand. We'll cover that first, and then people can go off and do whatever else it is they plan to do with their Monday night. Although, it being a Monday night, I can't imagine people have many plans. My Monday nights are not very eventful. None of my nights are very eventful, but you know. There we go. Not a Niji watcher. Nina is legitimately one of the most cozy. Yeah, Nina's great. I'm not small. I'm big. I'm massive. I'm swole. Give me 2 seconds. And then I will bring up the tweet and we can all cry about it together. We can have a group cry. There's a few things to mention, mainly regarding the response I've seen from some people, which I've not really been super happy about, but apart from that. Summer vacation for me, so if you've been sitting inside my room all day, yeah, I feel that, man. I did not misspell the title. That'd be a hell of a misspelling, bro. What would the misspelling be? Nina Kosaka granuation? How do you... Nah, I don't think there's another word I can turn that into, man. It's pretty straightforward. There we go. So, let me bring up the one tweet that everyone cares about, shall I? And we will go into Nina's subtweets and explaining everything and whatnot. But yeah, here we go. I assume you guys can read, but I guess I'll read it to you. It can be your little bedtime story. It's a pretty terrible bedtime story, all things considered, but it, you know, let me... There we go. I've watched her ever since we started, one of the first 100 members. I've watched her for ages. She was actually in my first ever video. If you go back to my first ever video, it's called the Indie VTuber Experience. And I put her in there as kind of a joke because she's obviously not an indie VTuber, but I liked her so much that I put her in. And now she's gone, which is unfortunate. Chat can't read, you know this. To be fair, I can barely fucking read. I can't make it dark mode. I'm very sorry. Nijisanji, just along with hurting her heart, also likes to hurt her eyes by posting everything in bright white paper. I don't understand. Just started to watch her now. She's graduating. Yeah. So, thank you, bro. Thank you for your continued support. It's become such a trigger statement for me, man. Anytime I hear it, I'm like, I wish I'd stop supporting you. If this is how you're gonna treat me, man. It's such a Anyway, we hereby announce that Nijisanji Ien's Nina Kosaka will graduate from Nijisanji Ien. Since her debut in October 2021, it simultaneously feels like she's been around longer and shorter than that time. I don't know quite how to explain it. I feel like Nina's been around in the VTubing scene forever, but it's really only been like 1.5 years, which feels wild to me. I don't know. Big part is Nijisanji Ien's journey, and we can't thank her enough for all the hard work and dedication she's given throughout her time with us. Utmost respect for her work and activity, and we'll continue to support her until the end. Hope for her to spend a wonderful time with her fans until her graduation. Yeah, I guess 1.5 years in terms of such a small niche, well, relatively small. I guess it is a while, but I don't know. It just she feels like one of the OG Niji members, so it's just weird. After July 8th, 2023, so we will get some more streams, and she had a stream earlier if you didn't see it, which I did, and it was very sad. She will cease all live activities. Her YouTube channel, Twitter, and other social media accounts will be made private. This still bugs me. I don't know, like, made private. It doesn't say deleted, but made private. Does that mean all the VODs are gone? I assume so, which seems strange. I don't know. It just I've never super enjoyed that part of when a live, like, you know, if you part on bad terms, like, you know, what happened with Hugo a while back, I get it. But we have discussed this before. I think it's an issue of like ad revenue, of like generating money off of a talent that no longer works for you, right? Basically, I don't know if it's like a legal issue or just an ethical one, but if you keep VODs, you know, I watched a few minutes in his stream. Yeah, I couldn't catch it all just because I actually only hopped in a while after it started, because I only noticed she was live a while after, and then I had to hop out to start making the short, but I did manage to catch some of it. I managed to hop in right as she was crying. I don't know. I imagine that happened a lot during that stream, but I was like, man, my fucking luck. It's probably, yeah, it's probably a combination of like, you don't want to maybe keep it around ethically when they're no longer working for you, and also monetarily, but it does feel bad to have all year and a half, and, you know, 18 months of work just gone. I know people are going, there's like already archiving sites out there, so it is still there. You will be able to find it. It's just a bit sad. We'll get to why she's graduating in a minute. It's not a bad thing, technically. We'll get to there. The Nijisanji Ien group, Ethereal, will pursue their activities with Millie, Reimu, and Enna. Hopefully continue support, and then all inquiries, please refer to any call. So this is a very, you know, it's a typical corporate statement, right? It's very respectful, but it's, you know, white text, black text, white background, very sad. Nina did reply. Thank you for giving me the best years of my old life. Thank you for being so patient and understanding. I love you all so much. Which hurt my heart a little bit, just a tad. You see Shadow announcing her 3D model view? I did. The interesting thing, Shadow didn't realize she like had that prepared before. I'll show Shadow sing as well, but she had it prepared before Nina graduated. It wasn't like a targeted thing just before anybody like comes for her throat. Yo, Heretic, thank you for the super man. I'm sure it'll play at some point. YouTube alerts take a while to show up to the stream because YouTube, man.
Don't worry, some honeys will archive.
Yeah, no, there's already like 5 different archiving sites out there that automatically archive every Nijisanji stream. Don't worry, the VODs will be around somewhere. It's just unfortunate. So. Here we go. So this was Nina's tweet. And you can kind of already see like the difference between Nina's one and Niji's one, like just in terms of styling. Well, this is so like cool with a background and warm, and Niji's is like getting handed like a you know, a restraining order or something. This is like a letter. So I feel weird reading this out because I'm not Nina. Like, I would never say something. But I can't imagine being nice to your fan base, man.
Fuck you.
Yo, Soren, thank you for the membership, man. I can't imagine being nice to people in my fan base. I just call you a bunch of idiots, honestly. So she talks a bit about Ethereal's debut in October 2021. She talks about her great time. You can read this on your own if you want. She's going over her time at Niji and how much fun she's had and how great a time it was. And she talks a lot about how much she loves her fellow Niji members, which if you've watched Nina's streams or you were familiar with her at all, you probably already knew that. Nina's probably oh god, my chair. I just had a PewDiePie moment. My chair did the whole, like, can you do this thing? She's always, like, very, very uplifting and nice to her fellow members. And she goes on about Etheria, and again, this is a very personal message. I would recommend you read it on your own and watch Nina's streams. There's nothing I can do to really convey the same amount of emotion as she does. It's like a foreign concept to me, being this sweet. This is what I wanted to talk about. Yo, Dr. D, thank you for the membership, man. As exciting as this experience was, it was also overwhelmingly humbling. I began to realize there was a gap from between what my fellow livers were delivering, what I wanted to deliver, and what you all deserved. I wasn't able to perform up to the standard I set for myself, and so I came to the conclusion we have here today. I will be departing from Nijisanji EN to pursue my own growth, to develop my skill and talents without the pressure of performing every day at a standard below my aspiration and goals. While I love being your entertaining fox mom, I need to take this journey for myself. Give my heart and soul for you to the remainder of my time at Nijisanji EN, which is, I believe, a little over 2 weeks, nearing 3. Whether you're a long time honey, like, I would never call you guys honey bunnies. You guys are pricks on a good day. Or it's your first time passing through, know that you're welcome in my streams always. Please stop by so I can give you some time and a bit more luck. My final stream will be Friday, July 7th. It's under 2. Am I bad at math? I am bad at math. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest is 30. July is 31 days, so it's 5 days plus 8, which is 13. That's under 14. Good math. I'm good at math. I'm never calling anyone a honey bunny. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Never in a million years. Not for all of the bitches in the world. Plus 8, because it's on the 8th. She says Friday, July 7th, but the official tweet said after the 8th, so I don't know. Do it? No. One last favor I want to ask you before, please do not ask the other Nijisanji for their thoughts and comments about my graduation. It's also a difficult time for them. This happens a lot after whenever a live graduates, you get assholes kind of going into every other Nijisanji member streams, being like, oh, do you know what happened? What do you think? And it's, you know, a pain. Don't actually feel that she's below anyone. She's amazing. I think, from the way it's worded, I'll be departing from Nijisanji to pursue my own growth, to develop my skill and talents without the pressure of performing every day at a standard below my aspirations and goals. I think it's more that if you're in something like Niji, you're kind of expected to keep up a certain level of performance and content and, you know, just a level of entertainment, right? And I'm not entirely sure how much room that leaves for like personal growth and striving towards your own personal goal, right? And so what I think this is more than anything is more her saying, I want to try and be better or, you know, strive for these other things, and I can't really do that with my full heart, with the pressure of being in a company bearing down on her, right? And I get that, because like, the thing about VTuber Corps and just VTubing in general is that it's like a weird sort of arms race, right? Every single generation, every single wave, every single month that goes by in the VTubing scene, right, is just, you get more and more talented people. I should probably take this away. You get more and more talented people coming in, right? If you compare, you know, just anytime a new VTuber debuts in a company now, they speak like 4 languages, can draw, can sing, can voice act. Like, because of how high the competition is, the level of talent is just staggering. And if you're in an agency surrounded by all those people that are that talented, putting out that level of content on a regular basis, that shit would suffocate anyone. Like, everybody gets imposter syndrome, right? And I would like to point out, I think Nina's content is amazing. I think the thing about content is it doesn't need to live up to any sort of standard, if that makes sense. It doesn't need to be like objectively marked. It's entertainment. It's about how entertaining it is. And I think Nina's up there as one of the most entertaining, Niji Alivers. So the main thing is this is a personal thing, right? If she wants to strive for different goals, different topics, whatever, that's up to her. And I completely get being unable to do that when surrounded by people that are that talented and with the pressure of performing constantly on a day-to-day basis. Talent is more oriented towards IRL stuff. Travel vlogs are going to be amazing, so she's going to do something like that. That's also true, right? Like, being in a company like Niji with the expectations to perform, it does limit you a little bit. Like, and if their expectations line up with what you want to do, then absolutely, it's perfect. But if their expectations and what you personally want to strive for are different, it can create a bit of a difficulty in being who you want to be, right? It's gonna suck, right? Regardless of all that words I gave, I'm gonna be fucking sad. Like, Nina was probably the first Niji live I ever watched. She's just, I don't know, she has such a different vibe, I think, from a lot of the other Niji members, if that makes sense, right? Like, just her streams in general and her content and who she is just feel distinctly, I don't want to put down other Niji members in order to lift one up, but like, it felt just so, I don't know if mature is the best way to phrase it, but chill and like, just different, if that makes, different vibe. And I don't think in any way she was lesser than any other Niji members, but I get not living up to your own expectations. Only non-singer in Etheria. That's true as well, and the whole thing with VTubing where everybody's putting out covers constantly and singles constantly, and there's just pressure to be an amazing singer, and I think a lot of Niji members and just VTubers in general have struggled with that, where if your entire member is releasing like a generational song and you can't participate, that's gotta sting. I think Vox has spoken up about that, about not feeling super confident in the singing ability, but because every other member of Luxian was singing or stuff like that, and Mista as well. It sucks. It's hard. It's hard enough trying to live up to your own standards when you're an indie and you're looking at other indies, but if you're in a gen and you're being directly compared and paired with other people in your generation, it must magnify it by a bunch. But the one thing I'd like to point out about this, and the one thing that I really am happy about, I get reacting negatively to this because it's inherently something that doesn't make you feel nice, right? It's not fun when your favorite liver graduates. It's never a fun time. It's never what you want to see. I've seen some people like use this to dunk on Niji in some way and like call Niji a black company again and say like common Niji L and shit like that. And I'm all for like holding Niji accountable when they fuck up. Like, you probably know that by now. I have raked them over the coals when I think they've done shit wrong. I'm not a huge fan of attributing everything to Niji being a bad company though, right? From everything I've seen, this is just Nina deciding to go her own way and do her own thing. It's nothing to do with Niji being bad or them being a black company. Like, everything about the announcement seems to be all on good faith. And so there's just common sentiment, and I see it in a lot of people. I see it in figures in the VTubing scene, in the VTubing news scene. I see it in just people on Twitter. Like, there's this common trend of like the moment Niji does anything, people just dunk on them and feel like a Niji issue and just shit talk them. And it's like, it's the whole issue that happens whenever dogpiling occurs on the internet, right? People just dogpile over everything and don't even, like, they don't do it over the stuff that matters. And it just means that you end up with two sides. You end up with the sides that dogpile at everything Niji does, and you end up with the sides that just defend everything Niji does, and then you don't have any nuance or discussion because you have two sides. And it just, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan. This isn't a Niji issue. This is not a Niji, like, the Mirei Gundou stuff that we'll talk about later in the stream, is obviously a Niji issue that I wasn't super pleased about. But this isn't. This is just a graduation of a member that decided to go their separate ways, right? I don't like this trend of just immediately assuming the worst. And I don't know. I know benefit of the doubt has kind of been lost with Niji a little bit over the past few months with the constant L's they've taken, but I'd encourage people to, one, just take a moment to think and, you know, not be a tribalistic asshole, but also to just think about the talent in the end. Like, you don't want to pull a peek at me and kind of sour what should be a happy graduation with your constant shit posting about how much you hate nijisanji, right? You can't care less about people dogging on Niji despite that, but they're not just dogging. There's the thing people don't get is, like, by dogging on Niji in the middle of someone's graduation, you're dogging on them on their final stream. It's not cool to do, you know. If you don't care about the company, that's fine. I've very little care for companies in general, but there's still a person behind this liver that you should respect, you know. And critical thinking will go hand in hand. That's true.
You are, after all, your own harshest critic. It's sad that she's going, but please just wait. If she decides to return to CC, welcome her home.
Yeah,
Heart.
The thing is, thank you for the super chat, Heretic. Being your own worst critic is kind of a good thing on the path of self-growth. It lets you live up to your own standards and constantly grow. But if you're surrounded by a company demanding, or not demanding, but if you're surrounded by people in a company that is expecting certain levels of performance, what your own critics are and what their critics are can be different, and that can cause a bit of disparity. But yeah, I'm hoping, I can't imagine she'll just leave and not go back to VTubing. I think she enjoys it, or at the very least content creation. Yeah, CC means content creation. I imagine she'll go to content creation in some way. Maybe it won't be in anime form, maybe it'll be in real people form, God forbid. But if it does, I think she, you know, I'll obviously find out. I'll sniff that shit out. It's bittersweet, right? This always happens when a talent graduates. It's kind of sad, but it's their choice, so you're like, it hurts, but I have to support it. But yeah, bro, everyone came out for this tweet. The whole squad was here, bro. Like, goddamn. The Avengers assembled for this one, homies. You had Niji, you had Indies, you had Shoto, you had Hololive, you had vshojo. Like, bruh. The whole squad was here. Shit has 76,000 likes. It came out 5 hours ago. This might actually be Ian's biggest tweet. I actually don't know what Ian's biggest tweet was, but like 70 odd, it went down. It was 75. What happened? Twitter, please. Does that ever happen in your YouTubing that a VTuber turns to on-camera content? Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens more in the indie scene though. I don't know if there's any... Are there any... Like, there are some corpo VTubers that have done like hand cam streams, but I don't know that any that actually do IRL streams hand in hand. But indie VTubers do a lot. Cottontail does a bunch of like flesh streams or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Yeah. Kason. Aethel. Yeah, Aethel does a lot in Yan. Is Nina Niji Ian's biggest graduation? Yeah, it will be.
It's cause everyone is sad when mom leaves.
It's true. She's just gone out to get some milk, guys. She'll be back. Some milk and cigars. She'll be back soon. I'm not copium, you're copium. I think Nina will be because Zion and Yugo were both relatively recent when they graduated, so it wasn't this big of an uproar. Shit, man, makes you sad though, right? She did. So hang on, let me find the. She did have a stream. I'm not gonna watch it on camera just because watching people cry is not a strong suit of mine. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking eat chips while watching someone cry on stream. That's a bit strange. Not something I typically do. Corporate VTubers sign agreements. They won't change to on-camera content. So we have heard from Niji that there was a bit of a fight to get hand cam streams going. I think Scarla said that. They obviously did happen, and people, it wasn't like it couldn't happen, but there was a bit more restrictions. I highly doubt they'd ever get away with doing IRL face cam streams. But yeah, she did a stream. It had a lot of people watching it. It had like 16k viewers when I hopped in. But yeah, so if you wanna see her talk about her reasons and whatnot, it's here. And like she said, she's gonna do her final stream on the 7th, which is in like 2 weeks, a little under. Then I assume she'll talk more about it there as well. So 79k. Wait, no shot there was 79. Okay, there's no shot there was 79k people. Are you shitting me? It was 15k when I hopped in. It was 21k I buy. 79k? There was? Holy shit. Never mind then. 19. Okay, I was like, what? I was like, nah. I know average numbers. That's nuts. That's like Gura debut numbers. That's wild. Why is this happening? It's her own choice. There's no drama here really. It's just sad. But it's like bittersweet. She's leaving on her own, I guess, accord. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of positivity in the comments. From a bunch of different sources as well. I think this is what, Russian, Ukrainian, like Cyrillic, I think, and English, and then there's probably going to be, there's just a lot of support. It's always hard when things like this happen because you have no one to really, there's nothing to be it's a sad situation, but there's nothing to be sad about, if that makes sense, because it's her doing what she wants. She did apologize for it happening during kind of next to the recent debuts, which I get kind of like we're talking about this instead of we will talk about the new wave debut in a second, but it is sad that that it happens so close because it does kind of overshadow it a little bit, but you know, it's the new talents will still be here and they'll still have their time to shine. But you know, an old talent, she'll fucking kill me. Like a talent that's been around for a while only graduates once, right? So it makes sense that so many people are caring about it. I don't know why my legs bouncing so much. I've got that like restless energy. This is not the time for Megalovania. This is like, out of all the songs I could have chosen, Megalovania ain't it, chief. This is not the time nor the vibe. Read the room. Dear God. It's a perfect. It is really not. But yeah, it's again. I would recommend. I imagine you've probably seen the stream. If not, she had other members of Ethereum. It's just bittersweet all around. I'm gonna rewatch the VOD later. I didn't get to catch all of it because again I was I streamed 4 hours ago, so I was in the middle of kind of making my short. I only managed to catch a bit of it, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But you know, give her some support. Show up to her streams. Don't go around bugging the other livers about it. Don't, you know, be a bitch. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. And maybe she'll come back at some point. Potentially. Who knows? It is weird knowing that graduations can happen at any time. Like at any point in time, your favorite VTuber Hoshi could just get yeet. Well, not get yeet, but just leave. It's like no need to. There will be even more debuts. That is a thing that we will talk about. So should we? I think we've discussed others to discuss. I don't think there's any more. There's no drama. There's no big things to discuss. It's just a sad situation, kind of bittersweet. Shall we move on to the new Niji talents and the wave and the slight drama that happened? There was a few things that happened around it. Oh, mainly two. One is an ongoing concern, and one is a more long-standing concern. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the new Niji wave. If you didn't, I need to stop saying that. I'm still saying it. It's a week later. I keep saying if you didn't know, if you didn't see it. Every time I say something, it's like, goddamn, I forgot to update my thumbnail info on nobody told me on the description. I forgot to who's on the left? Left is, oh God, what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. Who did I put on the left side of the thumbnail? I'm gonna need, come on chat. I know you guys are a bunch of weebs. You gotta know that the new Niji boys are their names are so fucking complicated. Yeah, I know it's Bandage. It's Vezalius Bandage. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I knew it was Bandage, but
Penumbra, fuck you.
If you didn't know Lopi at 500,000.
Oh yeah, but I know I did see Lopi's 500k stream. I wasn't able to hop in because I had the worst migraine. Like, I was dying yesterday. That is why the stream is a day later. I normally have these streams on Sunday, and this is a day later than normal because my brain tried to kill me. Middle was Nina, and I think right is Gura. Oh, I hit F12. That is... Nope. Sorry, the thumbnail was wrong. And then... Nina's quitting for performance anxiety. Nah, it's less that and more I think she just wants to improve herself. Again, we've been over it. I'm gonna try not and repeat myself too much because we went over it. If you go back to the start of the timestamp, again, I assume some people are only here for that story, in which case that's fine. If you didn't hear all of it, you can go back to timestamp. If you did, feel free. I don't know. There's probably Niji live stream that you'd rather watch. I take no offense. People are always bouncing out of my streams and they're like, "Bye, I gotta go watch Ina," and I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. I understand." What was I going to say here? Oh yeah, new Niji Gen. Just trying to stream. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to try not go... Like, if I went over everything that I said the moment someone new joined the stream, we would be here forever. I'd repeat myself enough as it is. I'm sorry. So yeah. The new Niji wave, if you weren't... I need to stop saying that. Shut up. Shush. So yeah, this happened. I'm not going to show it because Niji is not known to be very kind with their copyright. Basically, they announced this. I talked about the enunciation announcement when it happened, but let's cut the audio. They had this, and if you look here, this is the new gen. It's hard to recognize them because the drawn things in the actual models look slightly different. The Rosemi and Mista did a watch along of it, which I left a link to in my short, which I'm actually just going to go to find it because it's probably the quickest way. Actually, it was on the official nijisanji channel, so go there. Basically, we had a new EN, a fully male nijisanji EN with 3 people that have, like, the hardest names, man. Can we please get some more, like, bro, like... Ever since... When did the name thing change? Luxium was pretty normal. Was it Noctix? No, it had like Sunny and Yugo. I think it was Aluna that... Was it Aluna that... No, because Aluna had like Scarlet. And I think it was Exolay that had the biggest, like, insane... Because that was the one with like all the weird names. But yeah, I can't remember any of the new Niji names. I'm so sorry. It's just too hard now. Like, remembering Vox is easy. Remembering UQ Wilson, Vantacro Bringer, and Vezalius Bandage. It's going to take a while. It's going to take like a month before I can remember them off the top of my head, okay? Doppio Drop Scythe, yeah. At least that's memorable because it's like... It's so strange, but it's just too many consonants, man. Can we have a Tim? Hey, my name's Tim. My name's John vtuber. But yeah, so Rosemi and Mista held a watch along, which is pretty cool. I'd recommend... This is probably the best way I found to watch streams is to watch them with other Niji members. It's like doing a reaction vid. Although they did a smart thing. They did a thing where they didn't play the audio, right? And instead they just had the video, and then so you had to go into the actual streams and play the audio, which I think is smart to make sure, you know, the views don't get stunted. But yeah, so they all look pretty cool. They all have, I think they're a sort of a parallel wave to a Niji JP wave that had 8 members that released a little while ago. Why Bandage? I think because he wears bandages. I don't know if he decided to wear bandages because his name was Bandage, or if he came out the womb wearing bandages and was thus named. I don't know, but he's there. He has a little R2-D2 bot. They are the most JRPG looking motherfuckers I think I've ever seen in my life. I say that in the nicest way possible. Like, he's a healer. His name is Bandage. His name is Vezalius Bandage. Bandage is not even a pun, it's like being called Arnold T-shirt. Patrick Hoodie, that's me. But yeah, so they definitely look like weird, I don't know, Tales of Nijisanji, the generation. So yeah, they're a parallel wave. Overall, I think their debuts went good. You know, it's hard for a nijisanji debut to go bad with how popular they are now. I like the homemade like video that was made, where he just like printed out PNGs and stuff and like made this puppet show with like these green screen special effects. I think it was funny. I actually kind of prefer that to like a fully made. It's kind of similar to Shoes lore video, if you remember Shoes, where he like manually moved pictures on a screen with his mouse. It was really funny. Like, I kind of like that as opposed. I like the sort of tongue-in-cheek, funny lore videos more as opposed to the like high quality, edgy, the world is at stake lore videos. But I like both. They're both fun in different ways. So overall, these went well. The issue was more what came before and after, right? So, if you're not familiar, for fuck's sake, Penumbra, stop it. Every goddamn time, shut up. Dear God, it's like a Vox lore versus Sure lore. To be fair though, that's what I mean. Vox lore is awesome. Vox's lore video is probably one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. It is dope. But Shu's video is funny. So it's like, which hand do you go for? Consider what they also pay for, it's also very convenient, yeah. You know what, a VTuber whose lore is there an anime girl trying to be a streamer?
said his lore video was inspired by Shu, Sunny, and Potter Puppet Pals.
Oh, fucking Potter Puppet Pals is a name I haven't heard in a while. Thank you for the super chat, Alias. So there was a whole. I didn't put this in the thumbnail. I didn't include it in the short because I think it's not fair to have it overshadow the debuts, right? When you're debuting to a company, you're already under a lot of stress and under a lot of pressure, and I don't think it's fair to kind of burden that with drama. However, if you noticed in the tweet, there are 4 people here, right? There are 4, I guess, I don't know, they're not silhouettes, but like cutouts, right? And there was apparently a leak like a month ago detailing the designs of these characters, right? And it was rumored that the leak was from a nijisanji member. That GP. I never confirmed. Well, I did kind of confirm that isn't it for a GP? I know, I was aware, but from what this is what tipped me off because people were talking about it, and then I looked into it and I was like, what? And I still don't kind of know if it's true or not. I do know the leaks were at least somewhat accurate, but people were talking about this and they were like, I don't know if this is the exact scene, but they were like, oh, there's 4 people and there's 3 in the scene. So apparently that was a JP one, but it made me look and I saw Falsy's video. And again, I'm not entirely sure if I'm not going to show the leaks, obviously. I'm not going to really talk about them or dwell on them for too long because I don't think it's, again, I'm just not a huge fan of like fucking dwelling on shit that brings down, I don't like hating on livers or, you know, talking shit about them for things that are beyond their control. But there was a leak on 4chan, basically. Apparently there was meant to be 4 debuting. One of them leaked the designs early and then dipped out the contract, so that model didn't get debuted. And then it caused a whole sort of drama thing when people found out about the leaks, and all the news channels talked about it, which is fine, it's up to them. And I don't know, ultimately ended up being kind of like, yeah, the designs got leaked. I don't know, is it a big deal? Do we care? Is it like, is it more significant than the talents debuting? Is it worth heaping more stress onto the new debuts by associating them with a bunch of leak drama? I don't know. Debuting before you even, graduating before debut is kind of wild, but what happens to the unused model? I have no idea. Again, I saw the leaks, and the leaks even had predictions that Rosame and Missa would be the ones holding the watch-along stream, which turned out to be true, and it happened before Niji announced it, so they had some validity, and they were accurate to the design, so they were obviously true. And I don't know anyone who would have access to the designs except a potential applicant that didn't make it out, so, you know, I guess it's true, and I get, yeah, it is newsworthy, so I get whether, I'm not trying to hate on news channels for covering it, that's not my intention. I think it is newsworthy, I get why news channels covered it, I'm not trying to start shit. I just personally am not a huge fan of it, if that makes sense. especially when, I don't know, man, debuting under Nijisanji must be the most stressful fucking thing imaginable. Can you imagine having to debut, knowing that thousands upon thousands of people are going to be watching your first stream and judging you and comparing you to your gen mates? And like knowing that, like, because there's always a standout talent, right? There's always one member of a gen that does way better, and like, if you're not that member, that must weigh on you. Like, bro, I'd fucking hate it. Like, if it was a force supposed member that leaked it, it's pretty interesting. Quite a breach of NDA. Could have some financial consequences. Well, Nijisanji tweeted that, like, where did they tweet it? They tweeted out a statement basically being like, there's been some rumors that, you know, a Nijisanji affiliated person has leaked, or people claiming to be affiliated with Nijisanji have leaked information. We'd let it be known that nobody in Nijisanji has leaked anything. Where the fuck is it? I didn't pin this tweet because I didn't think I was going to talk about it, but apparently I am. The even Darker Corners were speculating that was supposed to be 6 members wave. I don't know. This is the first 3 members wave they've done since Obsidia, so might have been shared the image with someone they shouldn't have. That's true as well. We don't know if the actual leaker who put it on 4chan was the member. It could have been a share with a friend through Discord. Friend leaks it, gets traced back to the original member. The original member takes a bullet. You know, we have no idea, but it's unfortunate all around. I can't find this tweet. I don't know where it is. But yeah, it was basically, they posted a tweet being like, nobody affiliated with Nijisanji has leaked anything, which people were like, that's kind of untrue, because obviously the stuff got leaked and the only people that would have access to it would be someone in Niji, so like, kind of not true. Tweet about any colours company said that there are no leaks and be careful for false information. Yeah, that's true, but then when you look at the leaks, it's 100% accurate, so it just came across as lying, you know? But yeah, again, it's the sort of thing of, I get why people cover it, I get why people were concerned about it, I get why it was big news. I just personally am like, I'd rather focus on the live version, what they're doing, as opposed to shit talking everyone. Didn't understand they're affiliated with JP branch, so no, from what I understand, again, I'm not too super familiar on this. Again, I didn't really dwell or look into the drama that much because it just seemed silly to me on a personal level. But apparently, in this video somewhere, I thought it was this scene. Maybe it wasn't in this scene. Maybe it was another scene. But people were saying that there was 4 people shown, and only 3 debuted, and that meant something. And then, you know, people took that, and then there was leaks a while ago that people were stressing over. Tweet was made before said member was fired and it lie, but if it was made after they're fired and it's no longer licensed, it no longer work for Niji. Yeah, but it's more of a lie, but that's kind of a scummy, like, saying nobody affiliated with Niji is leaking information because you fired the person in Niji that was leaking information is like, I don't know, man. It's a bit like saying, you know, oh, this policeman didn't make a crime because he's no longer a policeman anymore, we fired him, but like, while he was police, he made the crime. You know, it's not, like, technically maybe true, but not really in the spirit of truth. But yeah, I'd recommend, instead of fretting over leaks and drama, to, I don't know, just give support to the livers when they're already probably having a shit time of it in terms of the drama. Isn't it more scary if it's somebody unaffiliated? Yeah, like, how the fuck would you get that data if you were unaffiliated? Yeah, well, a contract came out, I'm pretty sure, or someone talking about a contract, and people were kind of assuming that the person basically got to the end stage, saw the models, saw the contract, didn't like the contract, and dipped, and then leaked it. Which would kind of make sense with what happened. I haven't actually found the contract myself, although I would be interested in reading it, if only because it might shed some light on certain Niji dramas that have happened in the past. But maybe if part of it, they found Niji did some shady shit and so fires a new guy. Again, I don't know. Seems silly to me to burn your like any possible chance of reconciliation over that kind of shit, especially on 4chan, man. Come on, have higher standards. But yeah, so the other Niji thing, the other big Niji thing, we kind of went from bittersweet news to kind of dumb drama, but overall happy news because we got a new gen. Although there was discussion about, and this is something that I've actually wanted to talk about. Do you think Niji maybe debuts too many members? Like, I say that as someone that loves Niji, right? I say that as someone who supports the livers and I enjoy watching them. But looking at the nijisanji branch, if the EN branch ever becomes that fucking big, I will 100% lose track of everyone. Like, Niji EN already has like 35 members now? 34, 35 members. And it's already like, I already basically don't really know a few of them because it's just, I can't keep up with that many people. Right? For comparison, Holo EN has 20? Yeah, well, 4 from Myth, RIP Sana, we will forever love you. 5 from Council, that's 9. Iris is 10. And then 8 from Holo Stars, so it's 18. And I was including, because I was including males in the Niji count, so I'm including males in the hololive count. Aren't there 8 Holo Stars members? Because there's 4 per gen. So yeah, 18. Male VTubers. God, male VTubers in my stream. I know. Imagine being male. Cringe. Imagine being a guy. God. Couldn't be me. So yeah, 8 Niji EN. I mean, let's do some quick. When did Holo Myth debut? Like, when was the Myth debut? 2020, September 2020. And when did it's not Obsidia. Who was the first EN gen for? It was Finana Lazalite. It was 2021? No, May 2021. So about 6 months. So Niji EN started about 6 months after Holo EN, right? And I did mix up the Myth and Council, my bad. Yeah, sorry, Sana was in Council. There's 4 from Council, 5 from Myth. My bad, that was a misspeak on my part. So yeah, Niji EN has been around for 6 months less than Holo EN, and Holo EN has about 18, and Niji EN has, I think, currently about 35 or 34. So they have almost double. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll say it like a heretic. Don't call me Panusi. Not in front of new people, man. Come on, I have a reputation to maintain. I don't quite know what that reputation is, but I know it's there. 33. Is that including the new members? Niji's not the same. I don't know. On one hand, I don't like putting people down. I don't like saying, oh, new members, too many, because I feel like that's disrespectful to people that are just, trying to do their best. But at the same time, as a company, I don't know. I mean, Niji JP does really fucking well. Like, Nijisanji JP is really successful. Any color is so successful. So it obviously works, right? It's obviously a winning strategy. But to me, when I look at Niji JP, I just see a sea of colors, right? I just see it's like a pack of Skittles. It's like somebody has poured a pack of Skittles over a table. I don't know any of them. I can't keep track of them. There's too many. Like, even when I first started like looking into VTubing years ago, there was still too many, and now there's way too many. Especially with the virtual talent academy graduates coming into it, man. Like, there's also like the concern of like, I saw this is more of a distant concern people have had of like, people, there's sort of a weird trend of like more and more corporate entities coming into the VTubing scene. So like, you have obviously, it used to just be Niji and Holo, then vshojo kind of came about, and now there's Idol, there's Kawa, there's Project Kawaii, there's AN, there's Phase, there's some that I'm definitely forgetting that I know that I'm going to feel very bad about forgetting, and I'm going to get a lot of V-Reverie, that's one as well. There's a bunch of them. And I guess, I think a lot of people were like concerned when it was things like, Project Kawaii, and where they're kind of corpos, but they're also more indies. But especially with like vshojo, with Niji getting so many new members, when Idol is coming out with like these fully scripted like trailers and animators and these amazing models and features and funding and advertisements. I think there's a weird concern it's a small one, but it is there, of like, it's kind of, the VTubing scene is becoming very corporate heavy, and I think there's a concern not for current VTubers, but more for new VTubers that unless you're debuting with a company with the ability to give you an amazing model and a trailer and everything, you're kind of not going to stand out at all. I don't know. I've been looking into it. I'm probably going to make a video about it. I think I was making a video. I was thinking of making a video titled "Is VTubing pay to win?" at some point, where I kind of go over the different aspects of VTubing, the ones that cost money, and whether you really need to dump that much money in to be successful and whatnot. But it is a growing concern I've seen throughout the community as more and more high quality, high budget debuts have come out. New nice title, thank you. I thought of it all by myself. I'm something of a YouTuber myself, you know. But yeah. Though that video, I mean, I have a lot of videos that I've meant to be. I keep jumping between videos and making like 50% of them and then moving on to a new one. So I have so many videos on my hard drive that I just haven't finished. So go live is the most dishonest part about being a VTuber. Oh yeah. Bro, if you just hit go live, you're going to get fucking nowhere. I hate to break it to you. It's the same for anything. That's not just VTubing. That's streaming and content creation in general. If you just hit go live, you are going to get fucking nowhere. Unless you get struck by lightning. Like, unless Shy Lily raids you randomly or something, you are not going to get anywhere. It's just, not because you're bad, it's just, you have so much competition, man. There's so many VTubers out there. So yeah, I think is this the last bit in Niji news? That the next bit is the last bit in Niji news, is that it? Yeah. Let's talk about Mirei, Gundou. 52 minutes. So, this is something that, again, we were just talking about the JP branch, right? And I'm going to be honest, Gundou was honestly one of the few GP branch members that I actually was familiar with. Excuse me a second, I'm actually going to go get a drink. I'll be 2 seconds, my throat is getting very dry. Okay. I got some iron brew, lads. We're cracking open a bevy. Oh, there's the sound. So, what was it? Oh yeah, Mirei. So, don't say the little pitter patter. I do not pitter patter. All right, I do not. She's back. Who Mirei is? Wait, fuck. Hang on. What? Do not say Tasker. Shut up, chat. All of you. I do not pitter patter. I have very big manly steps. You have nothing. You have no proof. I don't think she's back. I'm pretty sure I heard of that. Is she though? I'd be happy if she was, but I don't. Can anyone who speaks Japanese confirm? I think I would have heard of it. I don't think it's true. Such blatant propaganda. It's the facts, okay? My chat, man. I do not have flippers. That's not even canonically accurate. This goes for the can, not for you. Oh yeah, to be fair, the opening of a can sound is pretty fucking satisfying. I'm going to mold. Anyway. So Mirei Gundou, Rikotan went on a hiatus. I'll maybe look that up later. I'm not familiar with it, so I can't say anything, but... yeah, Micro was the one that actually told me about it. I literally just woke up and Micro was like, oh man, the day you delay stream is the day something huge happens. And I'm like, what happened? I don't know what's happening. And he told me Nina graduated and I literally had a stroke in DMs. So, Mirei Gundou, if you're not... Stop saying it. It was a... Oh god, I hit him with the Wikipedia entry. The was immediately after graduation. She's a nijisanji JP VTuber. We talked about her last week, so I won't dwell on this too much, but we talked about last week how she's been in suspension for like 2 months after making a tweet basically joking about how why don't baseball players just throw the ball at the batter instead of the bat, just doink them on the head with the ball, which I think is a valid strategy. Stop saying it's quickly becoming your catchphrase. I don't know, man. the moment I start saying something, it becomes like a twitch for me. Like I keep saying the same phrase. I do it a lot. The other thing I say, I don't say it so much in here, I say it more in my gaming streams, is that's not the play. I say that's not the play, or I don't know if that's the play a lot. I don't even know what it means. I don't know why I say it so much. I just do it. It's like a, I don't know. Wikipedia editor is breaking the sound barrier in order to change is to was. She made a joke about Japanese people, or baseball players throwing the ball at the batter, which I think is kind of a funny joke. It's not really that offensive, but we Japanese, hey Mike, you're new here? I'm so sorry. Apparently they're very serious about their baseball. It is serious business, right? And so it made national news, and nijisanji suspended her over it, and then she graduated. Now we don't know if she graduated because she decided to graduate after being suspended, or if nijisanji forcefully graduated her. Some Japanese star players had balls thrown at them recently by other teams, so it's got flamed so much. I know, but it's like, it made national news, yeah. So again, the only reason it got so big is because it got outside the vtuber scene to national news. Like, it's sort of like, you know when a while back, if you're familiar, it's kind of similar, but Cinder released a cover that got flamed relentlessly, right? And the only reason it got flamed that relentlessly is because it kind of went semi-viral and went outside the VTubing scene. And the moment anything does that, it sort of just gets diluted and becomes like people start hating in it just because they want to be angry and not because they actually know the person or the intentions. So now I would like to point out before people were saying that, oh, she got suspended over a baseball tweet. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, but from what I'm familiar with and what I've read, she's actually had quite a few incidents in the past with things she's done. And this isn't like a first-time offense. She's had actually, so I've got the hiccups. She's had quite a few clashes with management. So I don't think this is just like she was perfect, made one baseball tweet and then Niji axed her. However, it does, I think, the outside demographic, and especially to me, and I think a lot of the Western audience that isn't like super crazy about sports, like this isn't just a Japanese thing. Like football fans are this fanatic about football as well, but I don't think they'd go so far as to cancel someone who didn't know about the sport, you know? Like, it's a bit outlandish to us that someone get any hate for this. I think if I made this joke, right, like if I tweeted the exact same thing she did, I would probably get just a few laughs, and then more people saying I'm not funny and I should stop trying to make jokes, which is valid. But I definitely wouldn't get, this much hate. So it's unfortunate. It is wild as well. I was going to sleep, it's 4 AM and all of a sudden these guys, graduations do not care for your mortal sleep schedule. They come when they so please. But yeah, sports in general can be really annoying with how passionate the fans are and how willing they are to just do anything because sports is like, it's just a game, man. Like, I'm not one to normally say it's just a game because like, I think when you value things, they have value even if they are inherently meaningless. But I don't think any sport is worth like harassing or berating someone over. Like, it's just a man hitting a ball with a stick. It ain't that deep. Like, can you imagine if like this happened in esports and someone was like, why can't you just throw the controller at the opposite players? That shouldn't be funny, right? Like, can you imagine if like in, I don't know, what's a big esport? If in like Dota World Championships or League like World Championships, someone was like, why don't you just yeet the keyboard at the opposite mid player? That'd get some chuckles. I don't think anyone would be that mad. Nobody'd be like, oh, how dare they? They're gonna hurt my faker. But you never know. It could happen. I wouldn't expect it to happen with baseball. So maybe it would happen with esports. You never fucking know until it happens, do you? I'd watch LOL tournaments if they did. Don't lie, you would never watch LOL tournaments.
Football hooligans are now rapidly approaching your
Dagger,
location.
thank you for the super chat. It's fine. Oh, football hooligans Scotland are brutal. Rangers versus Celtic is a bit of a mess. They get up and unplug the opponent's PC. Why doesn't the bigger player just simply eat the smaller ones? Oh yeah, I was gonna show Shadow's thing, wasn't I? But yeah, the Mirei graduation is unfortunate. We did talk about it literally right before it happens, which I tweeted about. I think I tweeted like, why does this shit always happen the day after I talk about it? I tweet too much. I need to stop. Oh yeah, why does this shit always happen literally the day after I talk about it? Survival of the biggest. So, and that's me being horny on main, because of course it is. Her style of humour always got a lot of antis in JP, unfortunately very much a culture difference. We will be talking about culture differences later in the stream, although it will be more Russian culture differences, which that'll be fun. I'm sure that won't cause any rising tensions. I'm going to leave that one to the end so I can hit end stream as soon as possible. Foreshadowing. So, oh yeah, I was going to show the shadow thing. Again, if you want to hear my longer discussion on Gundou's graduation, I did talk about it last stream. There should be a timestamp. I can't remember if I timestamped. I should have, maybe, hopefully. So if you want to see like a more in-depth discussion, it's back there. But yeah, the shadow thing that happened, it didn't happen. It wasn't drama. I think it was an unfortunate sense of timing. It's kind of to do with the Nina thing. I thought it was funny. It was just unfortunate timing, which happens. Nobody can predict when a Niji member is going to graduate, you know. It works on its own schedule. Where is it? I never thought I'd struggle to find my own tweets. Crack my beloved. If a Scottish VTuber is the reason for Industries to launch all his nukes, I'm going to be miffed. I like miffed. Miffed is not the word I'd use, but I do like it. It's a pretty fucking good word. People don't use the word miffed enough. My homework for you all today is to use the word miffed more often. Oh yeah, so Shadow tweeted this announcement regarding Follow Shadow's activities. Thank you for continued support. Like to thank Shondo's Phoenix for supporting following Shadow up until now. Thank you for full unwavering dedication and love. We should extend our deepest apologies to all fans of late parties for the sudden announcement. We hereby announce that Sunday, Fallen Shadow will be doing her Chibi D 3D model. Yo, AJ, thank you for the tip, man. And then this looks fucking cute. But then in the comments, she's like, "Ah, shit, I didn't know anyone was actually graduating." This was unfortunate timing more than anything. I didn't know about it until I posted this whatsoever. Probably would have waited if I did. This was just bad timing. This was unfortunate. She tweeted this at 4:41 PM, and Niji tweeted Nina's graduation at 3:55. So like, that's just unfortunate, my guy. That's an L. That's an oof. But it was funny. Shit happens sometimes. Sometimes you make a joke and then you find out that joke is wildly inappropriate because of something that happened literally 60 minutes earlier, and it's not really your fault. The timing does kind of make it a bit funnier. I went through so many emotions. I had a heart attack, and then I saw it was Shadow that posted it, and then I was like, nah, this is a troll, and then it was. Because I know Bao's, Bao? Why did I say Bao? I know Shadow's sense of humor. I know she definitely wouldn't post an unironic picture like this. The Bao one was interesting. With the submarine, that happened. That was a thing. I think that happened last week though, and I didn't cover it for whatever reason. But yeah, that was... There's a few spicy jokes made about that submarine, and some people were like, haha, rich people dying, and some people were like, how dare you? I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care, bro. They ain't anime people, they're not VTubers, I don't give a shit. Bro, you think I have any space in my brain dedicated to real people after this? Fuck off. If they're not anime, I don't care. Nina is graduating. It was at the start of stream. Those bio tweets were a bit funny.
Penumbra, fuck you.
I just want to hear Lopi.
Why do you people come to my stream to hear Lopi? You know, she dunked on me for having a headache. She's the worst friend I could ever ask for. I can't believe it, honestly. Why am I scrolling through Bao's tweets? I know what Bao tweets. I know what she's like. Why would I do that? What's wrong with me? God damn it, Penumbra. Deserved bait. Don't say base rabbit. Can you stop simping for Lopi more? Actually, you know what? Do you know what? That's fine. She'd probably hate it. Simp harder. You should all go into her chat next stream and just talk about how much you love her and how amazing she is and how she's... I don't know, what do you say to VTubers? How she's adorable? Whatever. What would make her cringe the most? What would make Lopi cringe? What's the most cringe-worthy compliment you could give Lopi that would make her soul, like, exit from her mouth? You get a perma for mentioning her song. Cutesy wootsy bun bunny. You have delightful feet. That is a weird compliment. I'm definitely not going to use my audience to say compliment Lopi's feet in the next stream, but hey, if you guys decide to do it of your own volition, I'm not going to stop you. So yeah, what else? It's weird. This week there wasn't actually a ton of news, but there was a lot. Like, there wasn't a wide variety of news, but there was a lot of deep news. Let me see. Okay, so... what else do we want to talk about? Should we rush through some kind of fun, happy things quickly? We talked about the Shy Lily versus Russian Badger last week, I think. I just covered it this week's news topic because I forgot about last week and it was funny, and I kind of wanted a funny topic in my news short because, dear God, Nina graduating was oof. We'll talk about some cool things quickly, and then we'll go back to the being angry at things. Don't worry, don't you worry. The salt will continue to flow. It's not a news stream unless we're all angry. So Gura. I'm literally just gonna timestamp this happy news break. The happy news bonfire. Rest your soul here. Restore your humanity. It's gonna be a long fucking trip, man. Because there's one topic this week that legitimately pissed me off. More than any Niji L, there was a thing that happened this week that I actually got reached out to from a person that I'm probably going to make a long form video on relatively soon. It'll probably be my next video if I can get my fucking ass in gear and research it properly. That legitimately fucking angered me. It was disgusting. But we will talk about that after we talk about Goomba. Goombus. Goombatorium, whatever you want to call her. So Gura's been kind of absent recently, for the most part. She's been streaming pretty infrequently. And there's been a lot of, obviously, not drama, but there's been a lot of worries regarding, like, where is she? Is she coming back? Is she okay? And people were worried that she wasn't going to come back for her birthday stream because she didn't really tweet about it. And then she did, and she was here, and she was in her 3D model. And I don't know, it's just good to see Goombus again. She showed off her like an animated opening thing as well, which is pretty cool. I'm not obviously, again, not going to show it because hololive, like Niji, will kick my ass. Glark Goobla. It's been like a year since she streamed. Actually, yeah, like, I don't know. It's been, yeah, it has. She's, how many streams has she had in the last year? She's only had what? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 40, 56. So she's had about 56 streams in the last year, which is like one every 6 days-ish, 6-7 days. It's like one a week. Which is not bad, but it's not, it's not consistent by typical, you know, by typical corpo standards. It's unfortunate. Yes, Nina is graduating. There are timestamps in the description. I'm updating them as we go. If you want to just see the Nina section, you can click back there. Tis why you do them. But yeah, so she came for her birthday one, and it was nice, and it dispelled all the, you know, doom posting that was going on social media that she's left and never coming back, or she's dying, or whatever. There might be member streams. I'm not actually a member. I know, fake fan. God, kill me. Then more happy news. Prism got their new talents. I bookmarked this tweet because I was professional and I know how to do my job, and I'm a professional streamer. I I'm good at my job. Don't look. I bookmarked it. I use bookmarks now. I'm amazing. I have shit in order. So yeah, the Prism, new gen, all of which are previous indies that have sort of been scooped up by the agency. So from what I know, I think Mako was an indie. Nana used to be part of a like an indie group. I can't remember what its name was. Oh god, I can't remember what its name was. I really should know that, but I don't. Oh god, I'm so bad at my job. But she was part of like, it wasn't like a corporal, but it was like an indie group. And Emma was a part of Etheria, which was previously Sundaria, if I recall correctly, which we kind of know what happened to that. There's previous members you probably know about. I think Lumi was a member. Again, we're trying to keep all this shit in order in my head is kind of hard. You catch the new Niji debuts, or if you already said so. Yeah, so again, timestamps in the description. If you want to just click back to that start your stream and that's all you care about, feel free to just watch that section. I don't mind. That's why the timestamps are there, because I know some people are like, I only care about Niji news. Show me the Niji news, newsman. I do not give a shit about whoever Gumbus is, and that's perfectly fine. You can only have so much space in your brain for VTubers, unless you're me. I have to dedicate all 3 of my brain cells to this shit. It is hard. Michael, did you just look that up on Wiki? Kaiteki Live, that is what it was. Thank you. If you watched live, I did. I watched the Rosemi Mr. Watch Along thing. Got 2 more than me. Didn't mean to flex. I'm sorry. But yeah, so they're kind of like, it's kind of like a phase invader situation. They're you know, they're taking some previous indies on into their corpo, and you know, yeah, I don't know, it's just cool. Again, this is just the happy news time. There's no drama, there's nothing weird, it's just kind of cool to see. And they have a trailer. Again, more very high quality things for new VTuber generations, you know? Pretty cool. I guess if they already have models, I guess it's easier to allocate funds to a trailer than it is to the model, which I guess is the incentive for an invaders kind of situation. Hey Drino, how you going? But yeah, so what was the how many other bits of happy? We don't have many happy bits of news left. Oh god, we're running out of happy news. We're running drastically low on hopium. Feed me your energy, chat. The AN edition's opened. I did bookmark this as well. I think. Did I? Yeah, I did. Not Cesaria, Cyberlife. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Ignore me, I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. Oh god. This is why you shouldn't trust me. I swear to god, I thought Cinderia was Etheria. But I guess I'm just an idiot. Never mind. I'm a moron. Don't trust me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Punk will be hit for 500k, which is cool. It's weird. I don't know. When something happens to Lopi, I don't really think of it as news, because I just think of it as happening to Lopi. I don't know if that sounds mean or not, but like, it's sort of like, you know when you think about news and you're like, oh, there are these distant VTuber figures that I've heard of myth and legend, but then it's Lopi and I know Lopi, and it's like, oh yeah, good job. High five. Thumbs up. But like, it is a pretty fucking big achievement. Don't tell her I said this. I'm proud of her. She's done pretty well. She's doing pretty well. She's pretty cool, all things considered. I'm only saying that because she's not here. I'm not being mean. I'm just, I don't know. It's... Oh, apparently, sorry. Apparently I got it wrong. It's 500 million subscribers. I was off by a couple factors of 10 there. But yeah. Good for her. And got some fan art as well. Let's not scroll down. Let's not do that. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the AN editions. So let's not go to the editions Google form. I don't actually want to apply. However, there is an AN website. Let me see if I can find it. where you can look at like they actually have okay like AN actually has a pretty fucking sick website, I will say. I don't know who they hired to do like their web design. It's actually pretty cool. It's well it's better than like every other. I don't know why most websites I click onto are just so bad. Please don't copyright strike me, AN. I'm just trying to be nice to you. I'm trying to compliment you. Please leave me alone. Don't dunk on me. Do it, coward. I literally can't. They're not accepting male applicants. Nobody's accepting male applicants. Why would you want males in your VTuber agency? That's fucking cringe. So, do I name one character? No. Do I need a certain amount of subscribers? No. What platform would talents be streaming on? YouTube. No males. Scottish accent confused me. AN sounds like AN. Oh, it is literally this. Isn't that how you pronounce it? Isn't it AN? Like EIEN? No, EI. Oh, it is EIEN. How the hell do you say that? IN? No, it's AN. I don't know. Ido also has a. Ido has a good everything though. Ido's just goated. Ido is just like. Ido is the Dark Souls of VTuber agencies, man. They got that shit together. When I can expect to hear back from July 28th, so you have like a month. I don't know actually if a month is. I don't know when the due date is. Don't take my word for it. I didn't actually look at it because I have no deal of applying. Imagine having VTuber without messing with on your agency. Yeah, I know. Hearsay. This is it. Like, I actually don't know. Like, are there any like I know the big VTuber agencies like Niji and Holo are accepting male applicants. I don't think any of like the smaller like not indies but the smaller agencies are accepting male applicants. Like, most of them say that they are, but that the character will be female. But like, you never hear like a female in like corpo talent debut that just has the deep vox. I would love if that happened. If they showed like the promo and the trailer and they had all these like you know women VTubers and then one just comes up and is like, "Sup, how you going? I'm Randy. I smoked 42 packs of cigarette a day for 52 years." That'd be kind of funny. I'd watch that. But I don't know that any of them are. There's no males right now. It says we're currently focusing on female talents. Yeah, I didn't say they'll never do it. I didn't say it's a bad thing. I said it's fine. It's just they're not doing it. They might do it eventually. They said currently they might get a male eventually. Although to my knowledge, I don't actually know any like smaller indie like I know there are small, more indie corpos, but I don't know like when I think of like I don't know, FaZe or Kawaii or like the ones I listed off earlier, Idol, AN, Vireverie. I don't think any of them are doing guys, which makes sense because like why would you? Like you already have a predominantly male audience. Why would you try and succeed with guys? It doesn't make any business sense. It's a terrible business decision. Required to use a real name. To show my face on the edition video. No. US-based company. Nope. Only 17. Nope. How's AN pronounced? It's like saying the letters A and N. AN. I'm right. Good for me. Are we related to AN official on Twitter? We are not in any way associated with them, and we absolutely do not support NFTs. Kind of based. VTuber with a male voice that acts just like... Yeah, I know Porcelain Maid does it. I was talking more about debuts, you know. But yeah, so I don't know. If you're a girl and you want to be an anime girl, you want to upgrade, here you go. Have fun. Slay queen. So yeah, the Shiloh the Russian Badger thing happened last week. We talked about it there, but I forgot it in this week's short. Okay, we have 3 things to talk about. All 3 kind of suck. Some suck more than others. All 3 are kind of trash. One of them I would rather not talk about, but I feel like if I don't, I'm going to get accused of bias, so I will talk about it, even though it is wildly against what I consider good journalism, even though I'm not a journalist. Do you recommend any females that you know to apply to be VTubers? Yeah, well, how am I gonna... Why would I want to talk to them otherwise? If you're not a VTuber, like, why would I care? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sure you're fine. Although, I think my split is like... I actually don't want my my gender split is, but I know I have like a typical VTuber audience demographic, which is like all guys. I assume I haven't looked at it actually recently, but you're not a journalist, only system VTuber user from your short. I know I'm not a journalist. I just mainly said that for the memes. God, fuck, can you imagine me being a journalist? Jesus Christ, man, it's pretentious as fuck. I actually don't know what my gender split is. 100% male and Lopi. Yeah, whatever Lopi is. Is that, I don't know, it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, 80-20, something like that. I can't actually remember. So, let's talk about the one that I'd rather not talk about first, and we'll get over it quickly, and I will kind of address it. I didn't put it in the thumbnail because, again, it's a situation that I'm not entirely approving of, but it is something I'm going to briefly discuss just so that it is out there. So, let me just bring the person up. There's this person who I wasn't familiar with called Ant-chan. Let me just, it's about Froot, and I'll tell you the reason why I'd rather not cover this in a second when we get into it. And I'm not going to dwell on this for very long because I just don't like it. So there's this person, I wasn't familiar with her, there's any gremlin, a Scottish gremlin, shut up, shut your mouth. So Ant-chan, who paid for Twitter, I would like to point that out, made a documentary. She's making vshojo documentaries, and she made one about Froot. And basically, if you know anything about Froot, there's this whole fucking drama, and I've briefly mentioned it in the past that I don't want to talk about it because it's dumb as shit. It's regarding Froot maybe cheating on her husband, like in 2017. And the stance I've always taken is, that's none of my fucking business. I don't care. Like, it's nothing to do with their VTuber life. It's not even to do with their public persona. It happened 6 years ago before I was even into VTubing. It's none of anyone's fucking business except for the people agreeing to it. I do not give a shit. But this happened, and, you know, people were talking about it, and I watched the documentary, and I will say, didn't like it. Not that I think it was necessarily untrue in what it said sometimes, but I think it was handled very poorly in terms of tact and decorum. Also, it made me watch it on Rumble, which is the sin I'm never going to forgive, because how fucking dare you make me use Rumble? That is a sin unlike any other. But it had like the most zoomer fucking editing I've ever seen in a video, and just like, when you're accusing someone of something as serious as that, I feel like you should handle it with a bit of tact and a bit of, you know, maturity, and not act like a fucking 11-year-old hopped up on 7 pounds of cocaine. It was originally on YouTube, she uploaded it on Vote, I know. So the big thing, and the reason I talked about it is, if it was just the documentary being dumb and the drama being dumb, I would ignore it because I don't give a shit and I think it's dumb. Because there was a few other accusations thrown in there. There's a whole interview with like a past boyfriend. There was talks about nudes and leaking nudes, and she showed like blurred images of them, which I don't think is generally cool. It just is a general like personal moral thing. Like, don't fucking do that. What the fuck? But the big reason, maybe don't show, I don't know if she posted on her Twitter. She tweeted about basically saying Froot, like, copyright striking her video. Agrees unrelated to her as a VTuber, but if it's true, I think twice about someone who does it. The problem for me though is that how do you verify it? How do you verify it without digging into the personal life and without exposing things about them that they'd rather keep private? Like, how do you verify the validity of an accusation like that without also invading the privacy of a person who at least deserves to keep that element of their life private, right? I don't think the exposing is worth the potential damage you could do if they turn out to be innocent. You know, it's the same as the justice system, right? She talks about justice in this, which I think it's like, come on, man. She said she did it because she doesn't want to let it slide, and she thinks people should be brought to justice, which I think, you know, you're chasing clout. You wanted to expose someone. It's not that hard, man. The whole point of the justice system is that you're innocent until proven guilty, right? Because the whole argument is that it is not worth condemning one innocent person, even if it means you get all the guilty people, right? The innocence of an individual is more valuable than the potential guilt. So if in order to validate that this thing happened, you have to invade the privacy of someone who might be innocent, I say it's not worth it. Also made a tweet about donating to charity based on the likes of what's gotten and never followed up on it. Right. I'd like to make it clear, I'm not like I said, I did not like the documentary mainly for how it was approached and how it was handled and how it was edited. I felt it was very tactless and just, it wasn't my kind of humor. I didn't find it funny, and so it all fell flat, and I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not going to dispute the things said in it. There were screenshots, there were interviews, there was evidence shown, some pretty damning stuff, things like using the N-word and slurs and hating trans people. Her public persona since then has shifted and doesn't say those kind of things and seems to be very in support of that, of trans people. There's nothing to, screenshots of Discord don't mean anything because anyone can change their name and profile picture on Discord and fabricate screenshots. You know, it's hard to validate this shit, but there was a clip, at least an audio clip of her saying the N-word, which at least lends credence to it. So there's the question of, did she change or is she pretending? Ultimately, personally, I'm not comfortable enough diving into an individual's personal life, at least with regards the slurs and the donating to charity when she made a public claim to be donating to a charity, and things like that are important to me because I think it is very indicative of the kind of content creator you are. And if she did say those things and is still saying those things and is still holding that kind of outlook and those screenshots are true, I think she should be held accountable for them and should own up and talk about them. If she didn't, I think she should come out and discredit them. The reason I'm talking about this, the big reason I picked up on it, even though it's kind of not necessarily something I'd want to talk about, is this. The copyright strike. Because again, I didn't like the documentary, but I've said this before, I will say it again, I do not believe the way to counter criticism is by copyright striking people. That being said, there were a few things in the documentary that I found particularly distasteful. Things like blurred nudes of her, things like edits of her face, and just weird memes all around, and things like that. Most of the info is questionable at best. I feel like it's probably more true than not, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The charity tweet is weird to strike as copyright abuse. Basically, yeah. Again, you run into this argument of, is it copyright abuse? Are you allowed to use someone else's clips if you're not directly critiquing the clip? But again, I feel like it's just not the approach. I feel like it's not the play, again, I'm saying it, to just silence it and shut it down. It's clear copyright abuse. I mean, it's an abuse of YouTube system because taking an entire 40-minute down video, only a small portion of which was actually Froot's clips. Again, if it was actually on behalf of her, she says, for those who don't think Froot was from vshojo was on behind the copyright strike, anyone can fucking put anything in a copyright strike claim. Like PewDiePie's own song got claimed by him, which wasn't him. It was by a company claiming to be on behalf of her and on behalf of him, and they claimed it and it wasn't him. So this isn't necessarily proof that it was her. Maybe it was. If it was, I don't think it's the way to go about it. The personal stuff, the cheating stuff, the personal life stuff, the romance, whatever, I think is a personal thing. I don't think it's something she needs to address. I don't think it's something any of us have any fucking business interfering with. Especially when it happened that long ago, and who knows what she was like, but then who even knows how fucking old she was back then, right? I truly don't believe that is our place. The slurs and the anti-trans sentiment and the not donating to a charity she said she was donating to and things like that are not things I've personally done a whole bunch of research into, so I can't validate their claims. I do believe that with stuff like that, when accusations come like that, you should address them and explain them. If they were true, admit it and explain why you said those things when you said them. If it was 6 years ago and you were in a dark place or whatever, and you're not like that anymore, most people are willing to, well, most sane people I think are willing to give some people the benefit of the doubt. You know, if it was 6 years ago and you've since changed, if it was, I think I saw a screenshot that was like 2 years ago, that's a bit harder to forgive. But trying to sweep it under the rug is not great. It doesn't paint an innocent picture, but again, that rests on the assumption that this was even fucking her. So the problem for me with the whole documentary is that it mixed those two issues. It mixed the personal life stuff with the sort of personality stuff, and it sort of was very, I don't know, again, I just don't like the way such a serious issue was handled. I feel like there's a better way to handle this than the weird zoomery, like, slanderous way it was done with the weird memes and the, I don't know, it just wasn't my kind of video, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But another channel made 2 videos about the situation, and apparently Froot blocked them, which the Froot blocking them does lend more credence to the claim that she copyright striked them, because again, she would know about it, and then, so maybe it's true. If it is, I don't approve of it. I don't approve of using copyright as a tool to silence shit you don't like. But again, it becomes blurred with the whole personal side and the nude side and that shit. Oh, Lopi, you came in at the wrong time. We are mid rant about a shit drama that I don't want to talk about. You should probably leave. You should do that anyway. I definitely didn't talk about you ever. What have I missed? You haven't missed anything. Nothing happened. No one's here. Nothing. Let's move on. I'm tired of this. Again, if you want, you could probably find the documentary. Go watch it, form your own opinions. I think a lot of it could be true. I think a lot of the criticisms were valid. And I think the taking down of it is bullshit. I also don't like the documentary. I didn't like the way it was handled, and I didn't like some of the things it included, or the fact that it was kind of all over the place. I hate both sides, and I did not want to talk about this because of it, but there it is. Go find it, make your own opinions. I don't have any insider info or authoritative, claim on whether they're true or not. The evidence does seem to be on the side that they are, in which case Froot probably has some explaining to do. But you should form your own opinions and not listen to one guy telling you his. Weird concept that on the internet, I know, but it is true. Try and, just think about it yourself. Oh, so yeah, the mum defending her is kind of strange. It's been saying he likes your songs. I just told chat to compliment you, Lopi. I told them to be nice to you. That's all I did. I also talked about you hitting 500k, or 500 mil, depending on how you look at it. Good job on that. Congratulations. You did it. Amazing. That's like half the world's population. Probably. Like rounding up, Hey, Vulcan. How you going? So we have two topics left to talk about. Both kind of piss me off. Vulcan, are you? Hang on. Is that Vulcan? Vulcan, as in DM Vulcan? Is that you? Because sorry, I was in DMs with a guy named. I don't know if it's the same Vulcan. I just want to double check. While we're doing it, I'm gonna just. It's me, okay. I'm going to talk about that thing we were talking about last, just because it legitimately pissed me off and it made me angry. So we'll talk about it last, and I can get all my anger in my system, and then, I don't know, go sleep. I need to post my schedule, actually, fuck. But first, and slightly less angering, but more, god damn it, why does this keep happening news? We have Wactor. Everybody's favorite company, guys. They're back. We did it. We did it. Vulcan Kerrigal. Fury, I see you every stream. Hello, Fury. How are you doing? Whacked it. Yeah, here we go again. Ah, shit. Here we go again. So, did I bookmark it? I feel like I might have not, just out of pure spite. I don't think I did. I think out of pure hatred, I decided not to. You're defending cheating? Okay. I fucking hate when people do this. I'm not defending cheating. I'm saying it's none of our business if she did. It's not like it's a personal issue, not a public one. I don't see why any of us need to give a shit, especially when it was like 7 fucking years ago. God. I mean, to be clear, cheating is a scummy thing. It's like the worst thing you can really do that's legal. Kind of. It's a shitty thing to do, and you're a shitty person if you do it, but the act of digging into someone who's cheating is violating the privacy more than it's worth. Is basically my point. I wasn't replying to you. Oh, sorry. I thought you were replying to me. My bad. It's hard to tell with chat sometimes, man. Sometimes chat is replying to me and I have to read it as if they are, but sometimes they're replying to another person in chat. Anyway. Here's Wactor. and they managed to get a new talent somehow. People keep applying to them for some reason. It kind of assumes everything is about him. Alright, love it. You insulted me after I had a migraine. You're terrible. No, yeah, I know. It's terrible news. I hate to sour your day with this, but sorry, not Wactor. VV Gamers. 100% different corporation. Definitely not Wactor, guys. Don't worry, it's a different agency. What the fuck is that word? Huh? Hey, are you moist? Is that a translation thing? Or is that what the... Don't say I am moist. What the fuck, chat? What is wrong with you? Who raised you? Go and Lopi was sick. You said she's okay, she's alive probably. To be fair, I said I poisoned her, so that's probably worse. Stop saying you're moist, chat. It's the worst word ever invented. Actually, it's... I don't know what the fuck's the past chat if they're moist. Someone moist... Lopi, don't you fucking start. It's a terrible word. Is that... What is that? What is that? It's like... Yeah. Oh, I can't read kanji. Fuck kanji. What is this kanji? What does this mean? Hello?
Penumbra,
Moisturizer?
Oh god, no. No. No.
Fury, I feel that. I can't read Japanese, man. No, it is literally, are you moist? Oh, interesting. Huh. Wait, is Deepo better? Let me use Deepo. Google Translate is probably not the best idea.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Moist.
Dagoth, I'm going to kill you. Again. Oh. Are you well? Are you well would make more sense. That would make a lot more. I mean, it is there. It is. I like the bottom one. It's not even asking. The bottom one is just a statement. It's like, you are moist. You are. I command it. It's like the, you know, the you are gay clip? It's that. Oh my god. Are you well hydrated and are you well makes sense. I'm kind of hoping it's just this one now. That would almost make me like her even though she's a Wactor. You gotta love translation. So yeah, anyway. I know what you are. Nobody should clip that. So yeah, this is the new Wactor talent. Because Wactor keeps getting new talents. If you're not familiar with Wactor, I've been planning to make a video on them for like 2 months and I've not done it because I'm the worst. Last video I ever made, I talked about uploading more frequently and it's been like a month. Whoopsie-doodles. Who the I'm sure she's perfectly likable. Yeah, it's... The problem is with Wactor is that the talents are always fine, but the... Oh, Moonboy clips. No, don't say Moonboy clips my Oshi Lopi. Fuck you. The talents are probably fine, but the company is so shit. Totally copyright struck you do. I mean, I don't think Wactor's ever copyright struck me. I don't think they can. I dare them to try. Fucking come at me. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. I'll get 3 copyright strikes and my channel will just be gone. It just disappeared. But yeah. There's not much to say. We've already dunked on Wactor literally for fucking ever. Like, it has been months of me just every other week being like, hey, Wactor's still shit. But it's there. So, last topic. An unfortunate topic. Not one I want to really... It's not one I don't want to talk about. It's one I wish I didn't have to talk about. It's also probably by far the most serious of the shit that's gone on here. It's the one that I alluded to earlier. It's also one that I'm hopefully planning on making a longer form video on it, just because it's one that not only did I didn't cover it in a short because it's a bit complicated and I didn't think I could cover it respectfully. And it's also one that even on stream when I'm kind of just vomiting words, I don't think I can cover like to a respectable degree for something this serious with regards to, because it has a lot of translations. It's to do with Russians. which is always fun. It's a very, very safe topic at the moment. So I'll cover it on here to kind of just let you know. But I will hopefully have a longer video out. I'm not entirely sure how good the editing will be. It may just be me talking over a few clips, but it will be out. Maybe like, I don't know, Kyo style. But let me bring it up. Give me 2 seconds. Let me timestamp this shit. So, for full transparency, I found out about this when the VTuber in question's boyfriend reached out to me, just so you know how I got this info. I talked about it in the Discord a little while ago. And so I'm just going to talk about it. This is when you need a translate for. Yeah, so I posted in Discord asking if anybody knew Russian and could translate. Nobody did, surprisingly, because nobody speaks Russian. But wait, let me pull up Luna's Twitter. So Lewnabun was a VTuber that, to be frankly honest, I wasn't familiar with because I, contrary to popular belief, do not know every VTuber in the world. But again, was reached out to and made aware of a situation in which she was apparently 8-rated by a bigger streamer. Let me just... Here we go. So Luna made this tweet a while back, June 16th. So technically not last week, but within the last 2 weeks, it keeps going on. So there's a streamer named Mazalov. He is a Russian streamer that's... he streams, from what I see, kind of... He's a flesh tuber, basically. He's not a VTuber. He's not even really associated with the VTuber scene. He has 1.1 million followers, which is a significant amount of followers. He does a lot of, you know, he's kind of similar to, I don't know, like a lot of the big streamers in that they don't really do anything. They just kind of chat and react to things and play random games. Not like me. I obviously have big purpose. You know, he has very long just chatting streams and playing different games. That kind of streamer, you know, the Ludwig and the XQC strat. But he has 1.1 million, you know, viewers, averaging probably about 7 to 8k per stream, which is a significant amount, up there with some of the biggest VTubers, right? And on back around June 16th, he popped into Luna's chat, and he he popped into Luna's chat for 20 seconds. I will find the clip really quick. There's a translated clip that I have, or I had at some point on hand. I think I still have it. I have a lot of things tabbed. I have like a folder of shit about this in somewhere in my folders just to keep track of it. But give me 2 seconds. Again, this is why I am gonna make a video about it as opposed to I'm talking about it on stream just because I think I should bring attention to it, but I'm gonna try and go deeper on it on stream because I think it is better that way. So I'm not, because the problem is it's Russian. I don't speak Russian. I have to translate shit, and so it's hard to find, especially when I don't have it tabbed. But essentially, I think he was just doing his random, you know, streaming thing and he clicked on Luna's stream where she was doing ASMR. He hopped in for about 20 seconds, watched it. He didn't say anything. Okay, here's the clip. This is the untranslated clip. This is just the raw clip from Twitch. So he clicks in. Let me click off the music. So she's doing ASMR. This is very similar. What is a hate raid? Okay, so let me explain the concept of hate raid. Hate raiding is essentially when a bigger VTuber, or not a bigger, fuck, I have VTubers on the brain. A bigger streamer goes into a smaller streamer, or at least someone similar size, someone who they have significant ability to sort of, you know, influence the chat and overwhelm the chat with hate, right? And the idea is that the bigger streamer goes in and encourages their chat to jump into their stream and just shout or fuck over the streamer, say horrible things, right? It's like a raid, but where a raid is normally about spreading positivity and awareness, hate raid is the opposite, right? Against Twitch TOS explicitly, by the way. So, to be fair, in the interest of fairness, at least at this part of the story, when he hopped in, he didn't explicitly say anything to be It doesn't have to be a big streamer. Often a few people can jump in. It doesn't have to be, but if if I tried to hate raid Shy Lily, we wouldn't fucking get anywhere. The viewer discrepancy is a bit harsh, but yes, you can do it anywhere, and it's against the TOS regardless. I guess it is technically against YouTube TOS, but I don't really see YouTube hate raids because YouTube raiding in general is just not a thing. But I guess yeah, it is probably also. I mean, Twitch just has a thing. Twitch and YouTube both just have a thing explicitly against promoting hatred of any kind, so it probably fall under that. So he hops in, he gets a donation. He says he's like, he feels like he's in a cave because she has an ASMR filter thing going on. He reads a donation and responds to it. And then here's just a translation. There is a translated clip with the subtitles over it. I don't have it on hand, unfortunately. So he's distracted by a donation. He says, "We're not hitting you. Refer to chat. What the hell are you doing? Read a message chat. What is, yes, we hit anime girls. We have nothing to do with it. Live stream." So basically he went in and then her chat became this. So you can kind of see, fuck, there's so many chats on screen. This is his chat. This is her chat. And so you can kind of see,
The Russians hate me.
she says the Russians hate me, and a bunch of Russians start spamming stuff.
We're not hating.
So much.
He said, I actually didn't need to
Что вы
translate that.
делаете, блядь?
Hello.
Ой, Меров, здорово.
Hello.
But
It's begun.
a lot of the,
Okay, wow.
I should probably not speak over what she's saying, but
Invaded.
we
В
hit
смысле,
anime
если вы
girls,
хейт,
yeah.
ты чё, охуел? Иди
Well,
нахуй.
a lot of them, and from what I knew about I saw the translated things that were being said, right? And they were very, very not, basically everything that you can imagine being said to this kind of streamer from guys with no respect, right? Just very, very lewd comments, to put it lightly. Which obviously I don't think she speaks Russian, so I don't know if she could understand them. But there were a few that she could understand, and obviously being swarmed by this many, comments that you can't understand is pretty trash. However, at this point, I would like to point out the person, the streamer doesn't. I keep forgetting his name because he has like so many fucking consonants in him. Does not actually encourage hate at any point. He doesn't go in there being like, "Oh, send her hate, send her hate." He doesn't encourage it. However, there is a responsibility. This is just basic fucking decency. There are two things, and we'll come to the aftermath in a minute. The aftermath is way fucking worse, right? This clip alone is annoying and disgusting, and as a streamer with fucking 8,000 viewers or whatever he had at the time, you should know better than to click on a random stream of a smaller person and not expect that your chat, who is obviously this kind of chat, to not do this shit. But at this point, he hasn't explicitly encouraged hate. It just seems like a dumb mistake, and he does kind of, as soon as he sees them start doing shit, he does immediately click off. He immediately just leaves, which is not what you do. In fairness, he doesn't. He spent a few hours streaming other people's streams doing this. Yeah, so he's clicking around just looking at streams. He's not like trying to hate raid. He's just going around. He's doing the Twitch content creating strategy of not actually making your own content and just watching other people's shit. But to his defense, he doesn't encourage hate. But against his defense, if you notice your audience like basically spamming someone's chat and sending hate at them and being in general pretty horrible, you don't just fucking leave. Like, what? It's like dropping a grenade in someone's window and then just walking away. Like, not my fault. Like, but yeah, from what I saw of translated tweets, they were all pretty disgusting. So, filling sense of small stream chats spread positivity. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with raids, but you should know your audience. You should know your chat. You don't have control over your chat. Nobody has control over their chat. Nobody has control, especially if you have like 8,000 viewers. You don't have control over what every one of them do, but you do have some merit of responsibility if your actions result in someone getting hate raided like this, right? Maybe news chat would go harder if he said to stop. Again, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't expect him to go that hard, didn't expect the amount of hate, was worried about, reasonably getting punished for what looks like a hate raid, and dipped. At this point in time, I think it's a silly thing to do. I mean, I think streaming other people's streams, if you don't know them, is a silly thing to do, but I don't think it was a hateful thing. I think it was just a fuck up. However, what happens then is Luna goes onto Twitter and reasonably says she was hate raided, which, yes, from her perspective, I would 100% agree. It does look like a hate raid. you know, it looks like a bunch of people coming into your chat. You can't understand most of what the fuck they're saying, but you see fucking, like, I mean, you know, this shit and just Russian chats in general, and then also just you get the vibe, right? Fucking Maslov want your boobs and shit, like just deplorable shit in general, but probably not really his fault. And kind of his fault, but not a hateful fault, if that makes sense. However, it gets worse. It gets much worse. So yeah, she asked for the all she explains is hundreds of people sending malicious sexist comments saying they were sent by him, and then she gets the message and appreciates it. Negligent. Yeah, negligent is probably the right term. However, he doesn't make it better. This is I didn't want to go back to my homepage. Why did I do this? The situation kind of devolves further. She tweeted this and then encouraged her audience to kind of go and report them, which is what Twitch recommends you do if you get hate rated. Then his community kind of struck back with, it wasn't a hate raid, he didn't encourage them to hate you, and so they started trying to strike her or report her for abusing Twitch's copyright system. And then shit got heated, because the thing that followed was basically just the most unempathetic, uncaring fucking response I've ever seen, right? It was just like, first of all, this was a theme I saw a lot. Basically, things like literature should be expected. You know what you're doing when model design like this. There's a reason you're designed that way, so you own it. Like, there's a lot of like victim blaming and like, oh, you deserve it because of the way your model looks or what you're doing, which is fucking disgusting. Obviously, I don't think I should need to explain that if you don't get what's wrong with that. But, like, fucking fix your brain, man. Yeah, it's literally like she was weird. Like, fuck that, man. If I have to explain that shit, you like, please seek help. Like, for the love of fucking God. This is why I want to make a video of it. It gets worse, but it's because I'm a bit all over the place because it's hard to jump between translations and what happened. I don't think I'm really doing the issue justice right now because it's hard to follow and there's a lot of threads and things that happens. There's another guy that comes in and on it. So I will be making a longer video on it, hopefully, if I can live up to my schedule. I'm just trying to give you a brief understanding. So there was a lot of this, and bro, after this blew up, after the two communities went back and forth, because he has such a bigger community, the hate she got was fucked. Like, everywhere on her socials, her Twitter, her Twitch, everywhere, just constant bullshit, hates, death threat, basically anything that you could possibly think that people on the internet would say to a woman that they wanted to hurt. They said that. Every kind of threat. Yeah, the ones you're imagining. Yeah, the ones that you're thinking of. Those ones. Because why the fuck not, right? And so she basically had to private her Twitter. And I think all of her socials. She basically had to shut it all down, lock it down, because she was getting so much hate. Because people on the internet are fucking pricks. Yeah, a lot of misunderstanding. That's what I'd like to highlight. I think that this initial interaction, I don't think there was any malice here. I think this initial interaction was an unfortunate misunderstanding. I would lay the blame on Maslov for clicking onto a small stream review stream without, you know, explicitly trying to moderate his chat in any way. But I don't think there was malice here. There was malice in the later parts where he seemed to refuse to apologize and admit his wrongdoing, which, again, basic human empathy. I feel like if I clicked onto a smaller streamer's channel, right? Not that you guys would do that. And again, I feel like you know your audience. You know if your audience is the type of fucking people to do this. I wouldn't expect you people to do this. You people are idiots, don't get me wrong. And I know that there's a vocal minority. There's a vocal minority in every fucking community that is just a piece of shit. But you're not this, at least I hope. And I would at least hope that the positive messages would outweigh the shittier ones. This is not what I would expect. So there's responsibility on his hands of clicking into a smaller streamer's chat and not moderating them, especially with a language barrier where they can't moderate it effectively. Like, but again, it's ignorance, not malice. I think it's a misunderstanding. Whatever. However, it goes further with the communities kind of sending hate. Then he goes on his Telegram, right? So if you don't know what a Telegram is, if you're not familiar, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I know what it is, like, from a technological perspective, but like, I didn't know it was a thing that was still used by people. So, I need to pull this up. And this. He made a few jokes, not just a few jokes. He made some. This is him. And where the fuck? Sorry, I'm sorry. There's Russian in the background. Please ignore it. I can't click. It's not letting me do it. Preview. So he does this. I think I don't know. He's a content creator, but there was a bunch. He did like 4 is the thing in Russia. Yeah, I think it's a big Russia thing, not a normal thing. A lot of selfies on here. I actually probably shouldn't be scrolling through this. I actually don't know what's on here. Give me 2 seconds. I've scrolled through it, but he's obviously posted since then. That's... Whoops. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Shh. No one report me to YouTube. Don't worry about it. Shh. It's fine. Shh. Leave me alone, chat. Don't do it. I need to stop doing this, man. But yeah, so he posted about this a ton on his Telegram thing. Talking about it and basically making jokes about it. And not really treating it respectfully or doing what you would expect about it. And then he also did a thing. I mean, if we go to his Twitch right now, he got himself. I've reported that in this thing. No, I'm cancelled. He got himself a fucking VTuber model after this shit, right? Like, he got himself a VTuber model and he got a fucking toggle. He got himself this fucking toggle. Right? And then he made a sort of fake apology thing where he pretended he was going to apologize and then fucking didn't. Right? And again, I'm just going over all the basics. I will outline a full timeline in the video when I make it. I'm just kind of trying to give you a vibe. Yeah, basically making fun of them, right? And then his friend, this guy, who's another Russian YouTuber with 2 million subscribers, with a bunch of people in the comments being very, very mean. Like lots of just anti, I don't know, West opinions. There was a lot of Russian hate as well when this came out as well. I won't deny that there was a lot of Russophobia, but there's also a lot of Western hate over here. But here's the thing, I can't there's translations here. They're not the best subtitles, they're not super accurate, but you don't really need them. You just need this bit. You need this section. Where is it? There's a section here. So, this is him reading about a streamer getting hate-rated, well, kind of hate-rated, not technically, but kind of, getting sexual remarks, getting called a whore, and then getting death threats and all kinds of threats, right?
Penumbra, fuck you.
This is what we call an international
This is the end game. Right? You don't need to understand Russian to understand the fucking vibe he's giving off. You don't need to fucking understand the language to understand the intention, right? And so, again, I will go over the entire incident in more detail in a video because, again, I'm all over the place because it's kind of hard to jump between live, right? The thing that strikes me, the thing that pissed me off, and the thing that made me so angry is just the lack of basic human fucking empathy going on here, right? If you go into someone and unintentionally your community causes
and
this
when
much...
do you learn not to scroll Twitter? How many times
I know,
do we
I'm
need
sorry,
to
I
teach you
keep
this
doing it,
lesson,
it's a
old
big
man?
problem. I'll never stop. It's a habit. I just click on things and I start scrolling. It's like my zoomer brain. If you did that, surely the default reaction I think that most people would have would be to apologize. It'd be to click off or to try and mediate it, pull out, and then immediately apologize. When the tweet comes out, you say, look, I didn't intend it. I'm very sorry. It wasn't my intention. I didn't know my chat was going to do that. It was stupid in retrospect, and you have my sincerest apologies. It wasn't meant to be a hate raid. That is how you settle it. That is the, like, that is how you approach this like an adult, with empathy for the person who you have caused to receive death threats, right? It's not that fucking hard a notion to grasp. But the fact that him and his fucking friend here made this video mocking her for complaining about being harassed, basically, and then him getting the VTuber model with the toggle, and then then not apologizing, and then only way later making a post to the Telegram about not continuing it. He did make a post eventually saying stop continuing it, leave it alone, let it die. Like, he did that way later, and he still did the fucking this shit. Like, it's just like, you don't need to understand Russian, you don't need to understand the translations to understand the complete lack of fucks given. And there's a lot of people boasting about it in the comments of this video, right? Where people saying like, isn't it great that we don't get offended like the West? Like, aren't we great that we're not so easily triggered, that we're not snowflakes, that shit like that. And it's just, it's such edgy 14-year-old bullshit. And it just pissed me off, right? It just made me angry, and it's why I'm probably going to make a video about it, because it's not something I can really fully cover the deplorability of in a live format, right? But the core thing is just the complete lack of like apology, of accountability, of regret from causing someone this much distress when you have such a bigger audience than they do is just, it's just sickening to me. I fucking hate it. And again, because of the audience differential, I don't need to bring it up. It's kind of a dick thing to be like, oh, this person's so much bigger. I don't normally bring up numbers, but it is important in this regard because there's a difference in power. And because one creator comes from a language that the others don't speak, he dealt with some awful stuff during this time. Yeah, he did a lot behind the scenes of trying to play victim. Yeah, I looked into more. I admit, at first glance, I was like, oh, this looks like a misunderstanding, but then I looked at what he did afterwards, and it really wasn't. The issue is that because of the language barrier and because of the size differential, so many more of the Russian community, especially because this video got like 300,000 views, so many more of the Russian community knew about this than the English-speaking community. Because from the Russian community, obviously multiple big content creators talked about it, but then with the language barrier, that information doesn't naturally filter over to the English side, which means you have this massive differential where so many people that speak Russian know about it, but not very many people that speak. Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about this really. Like, I haven't seen False talk about it. I haven't seen Kyo talk about it. I haven't seen it pop up I didn't see it pop up on my Twitter. I had to get DM'd by someone personally involved with it in order to find out that it was happening because of that fucking language barrier. And so the reason I'm including it on stream right now is to hopefully maybe get some more awareness out. I did, by the way, just so people don't fucking shout at me, I did reach out and ask if it was okay to make a video and talk about it, because I know that letting it die down is honestly probably what I would suggest. I think in these kind of situations with this big an audience, the only way that you can really fight back against it is to just let it go away. You're not going to like get people to stop hating at you regardless of what you say. You've seen this kind of shit these people are saying. You've seen how fucked in the head they are. They're going to keep coming. It doesn't matter what you say. You kind of just need to let it die. So I did ask, and they said it was okay. So I will probably make a video. But I figured if the best way to go about it is to probably spread it. So the more people, I guess, that this get, not necessarily this video, but the situation, if you know about it and tell people about it. But also, Luna's socials are currently private, so you probably can't respond to her. But if you can in any way send positivity, even if it's in a fucking DM or a response or whatever, if you do follow her and she follows you and you can reply or whatever, if you can send positivity in any way, I would highly encourage it, just to try and drown out the negativity, because getting hated by this many people, getting this many threats and death threats and this much harassment for an indie is kind of disgusting. Don't scroll Twitter, sorry, fuck. Sorry, it's just a fucking, it's an inbuilt reaction at this point. God, I'm taking my hand off the mouse. But yeah. So yeah, if you have, yeah, sorry, look to up, she has a YouTube page. Yeah, so I'm doing it again. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm holding my right hand now. I've got my right hand in my left hand. But yeah, so any way you can, whatever it is, I'd encourage you to show some support. I will look into the situation further, I'll gather as much information as I can. Vulcan has been immensely helpful in that front. He sent me a full Google Doc about it that I read through, and that will be very, very helpful. So thank you for him. Thank you to him for reaching out to me as well. My I guess sympathies to Luna for having to go through this. I do hope it gets better soon. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. I can't exactly fight the Russians myself. I also don't necessarily have that big an audience that I can, go to war and swarm the Twitter pages. I'm not that big of a creator, sadly. But what I can do, I'll do what I can. You know what I mean? When I say so much here, Ash, don't get me banned, Ash. I'm not trying to start World War 3, okay? Yeah. Again, I will be this. I base this just off the information I know at the current time, based on my own research, which has been hard due to the language barrier. And I did receive a lot of that information from Vulcan, who very helpful. However, again, Luna's technically Luna's boyfriend, so I do like to make this disclaimer. You know, biased source of info. I'm not saying that to discredit anyone or to throw shade, but just to kind of keep it out there. But from what I've seen in my own personal research, outside of bias, it does seem that Luna is very much the victim here, and Vulcan is as well, and they are both going through a hard time. So I think I've tried to do my due diligence in this subject and researching it. I will do more before I release a video about it and make an official kind of video, but it makes me very sad. It made me very angry to hear about it. It just made me fucking angry, and I was like, I don't know, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to cover it if I could. It just fucking makes me angry, man. Anyway, I think it's time to wrap up. I don't like ending on a negative note because I feel like it drags the vibe of the whole stream down, but I feel like if I started with this, it'd be hard to move on from it because it's put me in a bad mood. You know, I'm not in the mood to continue streaming at the moment. I'm kind of fucking angry again. So I will pass you on to someone else. We will raid someone. People got mad at Vespa for raiding Kiara Super Drama. Yeah, I saw that. It was just dumb. I think it was a vocal minority. Again, in this case, I think the haters were probably a vocal minority as well, but when you're as big as he is, a vocal minority is a huge amount, so, you know.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Wawa.
Yo, Max, thank you for the Wawa. Appreciate it. What does Wawa mean? I don't know. But thank you. It's not even, it was a dumb drama. I think it was a vocal minority getting angry that my male raided my streamer. Kiara didn't care, she encouraged it. People that actually like Kiara and are fans of her encouraged it. It's only fucking unicorns that are mad. I don't think it's worth talking about. Who gives a shit? Oh, Kiwawa. I get it. Thank you, Max. I understand. I'm just a bit slow. I'm sorry. Yeah, I get it. I'm dumb. Leave me alone. Let's raid someone so I can move on from this anger. This rage I feel burning inside. I'm going to release my Mangekyo. Where's the live tab? Be patient, he is Scottish. Who's live? Let's see. I'm live. I don't need to see myself, thank you. Any suggestions from chat? Any chat suggestions for who to raid? Defended Burgerden? Bro, that mission in Modern Warfare... Was it Modern Warfare 2? That was fucking wild. I loved Modern Warfare 2, man. I've been looking at BattleBit, which is apparently really... looks really fucking cool. But she's live. My friend Stella is live. Stella. Which one? Stella Luna. Well, on Lopi's suggestion. See, Lopi, all you're doing is sending me into another chat where the person will simp for you. This is so sad. Good thing we have Pokemon Center music. We need to hear that's true. CNN News. I don't think we can raid CNN News. Can you imagine? Hey, one news channel raiding another. Respect to the homie. I don't think CNN News would appreciate it. I don't think we can raid CNN News. Let me look. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can. I can read ABC News, apparently. Can't read CNN, unfortunately, but I can read ABC News. AU, sorry, we're just finishing up, man. We're just wrapping up. I don't know. I showed ABC News on the menu. Let's read Lopi's suggestion. As congratulations for hitting 500k, I will listen to you for one time in my fucking life. How about that? Lopi, this is your 500k gift from me. Treasure it. Value it with all your heart. It's all you're fucking getting, ever. It's all you're ever getting from me. I'm never giving you anything, ever in my life. Alright? This is it. This is... Stella Luna, right? With the star in the middle. She's playing only up. Is that correct? Oh, sorry, 500 million. Alright. Heard that. Let's give her some love. Be positive. No hate rating. You better be fucking positive. I'm not even kidding. I will find... If you say any fucking negative things, I will find you and murder you. I'm not in the mood. I'm really not in the mood. I will kill you. I know it's a threat and YouTube will hurt me from that, but I don't give a fuck. Oh god, I'm angry. But yeah, let's spread some positivity after going through that shit. Let's just also make sure she's not like finishing up. Nah, she's playing only up and she's not stopping till she finishes. She's gonna be here a while, so. Yeah. Should have that set up.
Land on this? Yep, okay.
Thank you for coming in.
Hey, I hope the stream is going well and everyone is enjoying the start of summer.
It's just so we don't get double audio. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Stream ending. Sorry that it was a bit of a downer at the end. And sorry for the stream delay. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow. I thought about doing Hunger Games, but then I spent today doing this, and so I don't know if I have time to set up the Hunger Games, but maybe next week. Podcast should be this week. The podcasty thing that I was talking about earlier. I still don't have a name for it. I don't know what to put on the schedule. Oh god. That's for me in an hour to think about. Go say hi and be nice and be respectful. You know what I mean. Bye bye. See ya. Good god.